Hello, Potato. It's September 18th, and this is a not especially magical weekend magic. And it's not magical because this coming week marks the closing of the final Disney store in the Sacramento area. You know, I knew I was going to be doing this video eventually, or I suspected I would be. I just didn't think it would be this soon. After, back in March, we did our final video for having gone to our local Roseville Galleria store, the store I consider to be, my store. The one that we would sit out in front of for Mickey Mouse memories and for Disney wisdom, and we lined up out in front of for the Disney Store 30th anniversary pin collections and the original, Mickey Mouse birthday keys and stuff like that. And I don't have the same connection I have to the Arden Fair store, which is store 355, but it is still sad to see that the magic for Sacramento, at least, for the foreseeable future at least, is about to die. A few weeks ago when they released that list of Disney stores closing, Arden was on this list of not closing. That lasted a whole week, and then they got told they were closing too. So while a lot of stores closed this past week on the 15th, Arden Fair is due to close by the 22nd, but I don't think they're going to make it there because we did go there last night to do one last look around the place before it closes. And yeah, they're pretty picked over already. I'll actually run some video here probably, letting you see that the store is pretty cleaned out already. I mean, I'd say more so than the Galleria store was the last weekend before it closed. I don't know if it's because they maybe were shipping more stuff in. Galleria maybe had more stuff in storage. I don't know. But Arden is really, really picked over. A lot of shirts, though. Well, yeah, I went in, shot some video just to have visual evidence that the place had actually existed, to take pictures of the artwork on the walls. And unlike Roseville had a lot of localized artwork, like a local theater, a specific overcrossing that I honestly didn't realize that's what it was until 2 weeks before the place closed, that it was a specific piece of road that I had driven over many times. Yeah, I never realized it was that. But the Arden store only has two pieces of art up there that I recognize as being Sacramento. One for Old Town and one for the Capitol building. And there's like a circus tent with Dumbo in it. And I don't know if that's supposed to be a Sacramento thing or not. I don't think it is. But again, I didn't realize about that overcrossing in Roseville until right before the store closed. But I took some pictures of the artwork around the store just, to remember it, because as I learned from the Galleria store, a week after they close, they will go in there and paint the whole thing black. They see some magic and they want to paint it black. So yeah, it's there's memories. I'll post those pictures up on Instagram probably later on today or tomorrow, whenever I remember to do it. But since we went in there, of course, we had to do one last round of, we'll call it vulture shopping, making this video probably the last ever Disney store haul video. But don't worry, you can continue the story at shopdisney.com. Indeed, you have no choice, because that's all that's going to be left to you. Yeah, now, this bag is actually fairly full, because even though they were pretty picked over, we actually found some stuff in there. And I guess let's rather than me just talk about it, let's start going through it, because there's actually quite a bit of stuff. The discount was 50% off. So, I mean, I want to say it was a bigger discount by this point at Galleria, but then again, Galleria also had more stuff left at this point. And then I actually carried one of these Disney store bags in my everyday bag that I carry to work, just in case we decided to stop there on the way home from work. Not necessarily at the Arden one, but at the Galleria one. But I carried one just to make sure I was prepared, because of course, they haven't given out bags in the store for a long time. And yeah, well, let's get on with it. Here's our probably final ever Disney store haul, because I haven't checked to see if the San Francisco store is staying open or not. It's not really any place I'm going to be driving to very often, so it doesn't totally matter to me. I mean, it certainly matters to the cast members, but not so much to me. So let's see what our last items from Disney Store 355, and indeed probably Disney Store Forever, will be. Some stuff's my wife's, some stuff's mine. I'll identify it as we pull it out, like I usually do when we go through haul videos. And starting out with one of my wife's items. We actually had seen this in there a few times, while we've gone in there, and just hadn't picked it up. It's actually from Disney Store New York. I honestly don't know why our Disney store had it, but it's it's Minnie Mouse as the Statue of Liberty. Although her tablet kind of looks more like a flattened vase or jar of some sort, but still very cute. Got the little pie wedge eyes, got the torch. God, do we have a tail? We do have a tail. That was the whole thing with the Minnie Mouse main attraction last year, remember? because some had, like, one didn't have a tail, all the rest did. Yeah, my wife picked her up because, I mean, she's looking at her every time we've gone in there for, well, pretty much since our store closed, and had just not picked it up, and now we do, and now it is in the permanent collection. Next up, well, feels like one of my things. I may have mentioned before, I don't know if I mentioned on here before or not, but I kind of like LGMs from Toy Story. Let's pan down a little bit here. There we go. Yeah, I like the LGM from Toy Story. I've always kind of wanted a nice LGM figure, and I've never really gotten one, and I don't really know that this qualifies either, although there is some posability here. I had like a nice little, like, big LGM eraser, but never had like a good figure of him, or them. I don't know if they have genders, but this is a fairly nice sculpt. It would look good on a shelf if I make room for him, but he has 7 different phrases. Let's see if we can get him to talk.
The mystic portal awaits. Ooh. The claw.
I think it's too bright here to tell to tell on camera, but he actually lights up. Oh, you can see his antenna does. Okay, the antenna is visible on camera. Yep. They had him, and they had like a bunch of Forkies left, and that was, I think, it for the Toy Story stuff. They also had those big Thanos figures, but there's not enough articulation in those for me. I wish they had continued the 12-inch Marvel Legends line, because I would love the Thanos in that. Yeah. There's not a lot of articulation. I think it's literally just his arms. I don't think the head even moves, but I don't really expect that it would anyways, especially not if it lights up, because, you know, then you're twisting wires, and that's potentially a bad idea. Yeah, they only had one of the toy box sets left, and it was the same one I bought on the last day at the Galleria store, the Emperor Zurg one. They had a bunch of them, actually. But, yeah, I've already got one, so I didn't need to buy that again. What's else in here? Oh, more of my wife's stuff. Some official Mickey Mouse store, like, post-it notes, stationery. These ones say Walt Disney Studios on them. Minnie Mouse, Mickey Mouse official store. Just little office things. I don't know if she's actually going to use them. They were part of that Walt Disney Studios line of stuff they released earlier this year. Was it last year? Man, I think maybe it was last year. They had like a Pixar stuff, they had the Marvel Studios stuff, and they had the Walt Disney Studios stuff, and I think this was left over from that. And they're nice little stationary things that, you know, are all a little sticky. I think they're all sticky back, all like post-it notes. So I don't know if we're going to use them or not, but, you know, it's the last chance to ever get them, so might as well, right? What else do we have in here? Oh, we have a couple Park Pals. Now, you remember I have, I don't know if you can see him over the bag here, but Ezra back there. Can you see? There we go. Now you can see him, I think. Yep, I have my little Park Pal Ezra back there. It's the only Park Pal I bought. Only ones I kind of wish I had picked up, and I would have had to order them online. They weren't in the stores. Were the Splash Mountain ones, just because, of course, you know, once Splash Mountain was announced to be redone as a Princess and the Frog, and I'm not commenting on that one way or another. Of course, all the Splash Mountain stuff went bye-bye. And I do kind of wish I'd gotten those, but we do have Mickey and Minnie. They were marked at 99 cents each. And I figured, you know, why not? They are cute. They don't stand up on their little stands there for absolute beans. I knocked over Ezra there not too long ago, trying to redo some stuff on the shelf, and oh, it was a pain to get him to stay back up there again, because he doesn't hold on at all. Holds on to your favorite accessories long enough for gravity to take hold and pull it to the ground. But they are cute, and they were originally $11.99, marked at 99 cents. They had these guys, and then they had the raccoon from Pocahontas, and that was the only Park Pals they had left. But we figured, you know, Mickey and Minnie, can't say no to Mickey and Minnie. Like I say, it was pretty slim pickings there, but as you can see, we found an amazing amount of stuff. Up next is one of my things again, and it is this Wall-E pin. It's actually what I've been looking at every time we've gone in there for a while, and just never picked it up because I didn't want it enough to spend $12.99 on it. But for clearance, for being the last pin I will ever buy in a Disney store, it's a cute pin. It's got Wall-E and Eve, and it's got a nice little like reflective blue background there. It's double pin backed, and Eve is actually got a little pin on pin going on here. she's got her own little thing that sticks off the front of it, which is cute and nice. And again, probably the last pin I will ever buy in a Disney store. I think all we have left is shirts. We bought a bunch of shirts. You know, I didn't know they actually carried shirts in the store in my size. I'd never really looked, because most stores don't. Most everybody like stops at 2X, and I can wear a 2X, but it is not flattering. Frankly, I'm much more comfortable in a 4. Yeah, in case you've never realized, I'm fat. So, this is one of my wife's shirts, I believe. I would not buy something this color myself. And it is a Snow White shirt. Take that off. There we go. Yeah, I think she bought this with the intent of it being kind of just an around the house shirt. It's not sort of thing she normally wears out in public, but it's a nice little design. Very thin. All the shirts were very thin fabric. If I got like a shirt this thin in a Loot Crate, I'd probably complain about it. But yeah, all the shirts are this thin. And that's maybe another reason I never really looked at shirts there. But again, half off, last chance, might as well. My wife actually has bought shirts there before. It's just I haven't. Because again, I didn't know they had things in my size. Speaking of which, I believe this is one of mine. Is it? No, this one is one of hers. It's a men's shirt, but they didn't have this one like in specifically a women's style. It is the Walt Disney Pictures one. This is part of that same collection of stuff the stationery thing came out of. Yep, they sold a few of these in like all sizes. They had all the way up to 4X, which was a little surprising. This was originally $26.99, which is, I'm sorry, kind of steep for a shirt. Honestly, even half off, that's still kind of steep for a shirt, but I'm a cheapskate, except when it comes to action figures. Those I will spend $100 on, which you will see in future videos. And this is another one of my wife's. This one is a woman's shirt, and it is Mickey and Minnie holding hands. And it's got, much like the Disney Studios one, it's that kind of faux aged thing going on it, which I'm not normally a huge fan of. In fact, I don't like it when my shirts start to look like that just naturally. I try to like wash these things inside out and then hang them to dry to try to prevent that, but that's a style. It's a thing that they do, and this one was also originally $26.99. Yeah, it's a nice design. It's a nice rendering of Mickey and Minnie. I guess, I mean, the Mickey seems a little plain. I guess it's just because Minnie has extra stuff to her face to make her look more feminine. But the Mickey looks kind of plain, like there should be like just something else going on in the eye area. I don't know, man, it's not like he has eyebrows here either, but I don't know. Just, it looks like it's missing that to me. A lot of white space. So I think the last two shirts then are going to be mine. Yep, this one's mine. This one's my Walt Disney Pictures shirt. The men's were in gray, or at least the size was gray, which is fine by me. I'd much rather wear gray than blue anyways. Yep, it's basically the same design. It's against that kind of faux aged look on it. It was originally $28.99 because fat guy clothes cost more than skinny guy clothes. But I mean, it's a fairly big shirt. Again, really thin though. I mean, can you see through it? It's lights at the front, so that's probably not the best way. I bet if I held this up to the light, you'd be able to see my finger. I can kind of see my finger through it. Can you? It's a thin shirt. I don't know. I mean, I might wear it to like a convention or something, or to the comic shop. But, yeah, I don't know. It really was just an issue of, it was the last chance to buy anything. It's stupid, I know. And this one's also mine. And it is Star Wars Millennium Falcon shirt. Which again, actually probably my first color of choice is black. Gray is my second, generally. And yeah, again, look at the faux age going on it. And this one was marked down, originally $29.99, marked down to $9.99. Because actually they had like quite a few of this one left. I guess people just didn't care for this design originally. Maybe because they're just not used to seeing the Falcon from that particular angle in merchandise. But yeah, that's it. That's it for the Disney store. Now, of course, I mean, that doesn't mean we're not going to buy things from Shop Disney anymore, but I do think ultimately, at this point, I am probably going to buy less Disney stuff because I am much more likely to impulse buy stuff in store. If I see it in the store, I am more likely to, pick up on the idea that it just won't be there next time I come back. Online, I'm more willing to let it wait, and that's frequently to my my loss. For example, the Wrecker figure in the Toy Box collection is sold out in a day or two and then has not been restocked since. And it's weird that they didn't do any other figures but Wrecker. I would kind of thought they'd have done like a box set come the holidays of the whole Bad Batch, but yeah, so be it. And of course, I've never gotten a Stormtrooper because I waited for it to show up in store and it didn't, or at least if it did, I missed it and I didn't buy it online, and it's never been restocked either. And just not being able to see things, not being able to hold a thing in my hand, I don't feel quite the same connection to it. Which, of course, is, I guess, why in customer service I tell you to put things in people's hands. But yeah, I do think, while I do check the Disney site every day for new stuff, I am probably less likely to impulse buy things from there. Also because of the fact just that they ship things so poorly, than I was to buy it in store and walk out with it in hand. So yeah, not a happy weekend magic, but it is what it is. The Disney store is saying goodbye, and while they may have sent the email saying see you real soon, they won't, because they won't be there. So after that cheerful bit of business, what got me through this week? I got nothing. I got nothing for you this week. Oh, no, I take it back. I do have a thing. I've started watching on Amazon Prime the documentary series about LuLaRoe. You know, those really tacky leggings sold through that multi-level marketing company. Amazon Prime has a documentary series called Lula Rich, which seems like they're actually trying to be, at least so far, I'm only on the second episode, but it seems like they're trying to be pretty fair-handed with their coverage of the problematic pyramid scheme multi-level marketing company. But I'm enjoying that. That's what got me through this week. That's it. Lula Rich on Amazon Prime. And yeah, that'll do it for this week. Next week, something more cheerful. Actually, next week for sure more cheerful, because I have some good stuff on the way. May even be a themed episode next week. Depends on what shows up. But I do thank you for watching this one. I hope you found it all interesting and entertaining. I hope if your local Disney store is closing and hasn't done so already, you make a point of stopping into it one more time, just to see it one more time before it closes. And we'll always have the magical memories. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.